Hello from Tokyo, I'm the Bento Buster and today I'm going to show you make a teriyaki glaze spam musubi. Understandably, some of you may be wondering what the heck a spam musubi is. Well, it consists of a sweet and salty glazed piece of spam that sits above a layer of fluffy rice that's all wrapped up in a sheet of toasted nori. And of course it hails from the Aloha state, Hawaii. When it comes to making a musubi, there are tons of variations, and today I'm going to show you make it my way, the Bento Buster way. First off, you're going to need one of these, yep, a can of Spam. And I'll be using my Spam slicer to slice the Spam into uniform slices of Spam, of course. Now just take a look at that, a big wad of meaty A-grade Spam. Yep, that's pork, shoulder and a whole lot of other stuff. Yummo. That is now cut into uniform slices. So take note, if you're going to cut this at home with a knife, the slices should be about yay thick. And if there are any offcuts like this, well, you can just nibble on them, can't you? Okay, now in a dry pan with no oil, I'm going to brown the Spam slowly and thoroughly. This will render some of the fat and give the Spam a nice crispy crust. Depending on the heat, a minute or so on each side should do the trick. And ideally, you want them to look like this on both sides. Okay, now it's time to make our quick teriyaki sauce to braise the Spam. You'll need approximately 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, followed by approximately 1 tablespoon of mirin, and finally 1 tablespoon of honey, approximately. Any type of honey that you have on hand will do. And my honey of choice today is of course Manuka honey because I'm from New Zealand and I have a ton of it to get rid of, so there you go. Over a medium to low heat, heat the sauce until it thickens and caramelizes. Yep, we want this sauce to thicken and cover each slice of Spam with a lovely teriyaki glaze. So keep a close eye on it because we want that sauce to caramelize and not burn. And with a bit of luck, you'll end up with a beautifully caramelized dark brown surface that's still chewy and sticky. Just like this. Yummo. Okay, now that the Spam's done, it's time to start assembling the musubi. And behold, my musubi mold. Assembly using a musubi mold like this makes the process much easier and less messy. All you have to do is fill it up with some steamed short grain rice and give it a good press. Now I'm following the traditional method. I'm just using plain old steamed rice with no flavouring. You can use vinegared sushi rice if you want, but hey, I don't roll that way. And if you don't have a musubi press like this, you can use the can and a bit of plastic wrap. But if you are going to be making them on a regular basis, I do recommend a mold like this. Okay, I've gently pressed the rice down to form a 1-inch thick base. And now I'm going to cover the base with a layer of furikake. Of course, you can use any type of furikake that you like. This particular one is wasabi flavoured, so yep, it's got a bit of kick. In my books, adding furikake is a must because it increases that flavour profile. Okay, the base is holding together and looking pretty good, so now it's time to add the Spam. Now just take a look at that. To the uninitiated, I bet that looks like a piece of candy. But we all know that's not candy because it's A-grade teriyaki glazed Spam. Okay, now it's time to wrap this thing up with a sheet of toasted nori seaweed, with the shiny side on the outside, okay? All you have to do is just carefully wrap it like this, and you're done. Now that is one very handsome Spam musubi. And I know you're thinking, oh yes, it looks perfect, but what does it taste like? The answer, of course, is obvious. Well, it tastes Spamtastic. The grilled Spam is lovely and crispy, and it's perfectly coated with that caramelized teriyaki sauce. And my overly sensitive taste buds to pick up the trace of Manuka honey, which screams sophistication. Yummo! The wasabi furikake definitely pairs well with the rice to give it a nice boost of flavour. Yep, along with the furikake, that strip of nori seaweed also gives it a nice touch of umami. This version of the Spam musubi is definitely a winner. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe if you want, and see you next time!